taking a different path on a race like the Vendée means leaving the pack. It means leaving the security of the routes that your other competitors might be following, and it's a risk, and it feels like a risk at the time. And I remember a couple of occasions when I did this. So one was quite early on in the race. There was a tropical storm in the North Atlantic, Tropical Storm Theta, and I was kind of to the north of it in the pack of boats that I'd aspired to be with, and we were taking a track to the west. And I looked at the storm, and I looked at the way it was moving, and I looked at the routing, and it seemed obvious to me that actually, while the storm was moving to the east, it would be a good idea if I kind of sailed towards the centre of the storm so that I could get into the bigger breeze. And then once I thought I got windy enough, I would jibe and sail away from the centre of the storm. And for me, it never occurred to me that other people would not choose to take the risk of going into stronger winds that early in the race. So the first time I realised I was taking a different path was when the schedules came in, and I could see that others were continuing to go to the west. And I continued to go to the east, and I thought, well, they're a little bit later than me, they'll come this way eventually. And it became clear after 12 hours that it was only me that was heading towards this tropical storm. And at the time, it made me doubt myself a lot. It made me think, have I got this all wrong? Do I not have the right understanding of risk? Is this not the right way that I should be doing it because no one else was doing it that way? And actually, I was bolstered a bit by another competitor, Didac Costa, Spanish sailor. He came with me, and this was Didac's second Vendée Globe, and so kind of that gave me a bit of confidence in that if he was doing it, then I was on the right track. And both me and Didac, we gained a lot of places. In fact, that was the moment at which we split from the pack of boats that I had been expecting to race with, and we got a couple of 100 miles ahead of them and never saw them again. And I guess that kind of just reminded me that in races like the Vendée, in a lot of kind of coastal offshore races, just following the same track as everyone else isn't necessarily going to get you in front. So you have to be prepared to do things differently. You have to be prepared to take a different path, but only knowing what the risks are and what the consequence could be, and making sure it all balances out.